Hey, it's Paul. We're back in the studio for this week's Paul's Pinions. Do you argue in front of your kids? A lot of people do. All of us try not to. We thought it'd be interesting to take some people, have them watch a video, and see what they thought. I want you to watch it too. Check this out.
What are you accusing me of?
Nothing.
What are you accusing me of? Why don't you say it to my face? What about me? I live here too. This is my house too. I work very, very hard.
Why don't you put him on a leash?
Turn around! Turn around! Turn around!
I got nothing to lose. Your kid is the problem.
Stop! Stop! Talk to my mommy says stop. My mom says stop having to talk.
Like you're by yourself, rather than being out with your family.
Out with the family. Bye.
So we have Lance,
Who has no kids.
Kathy,
Who has 3?
Afton,
2 kids.
Desmond.
No kids.
No kids. So we went from everywhere we could go here. This is beautiful. You all watched the video. Let's start with Desmond. You watched the video and your resting emotional tension level was a 0. You know, you're just chilling. And then afterwards, you said it was a 7. Tell me why.
It definitely went up just because from personal experience, my parents did kind of argue in front of me, but it wasn't super bad. Whenever it did get to that point, you will usually go next door to our neighbor's house and they'll have their way out.
Afton, you had an emotional level of like a 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And then you were like Desmond, you went up to 7.
Yeah. I think it just makes you uncomfortable, you know? And I think I'd like to say that I never argue with my husband in front of my kids, but that would be a lie. I mean, I
Yes.
try not to.
You try not to.
And sometimes I think maybe if I'm just talking and arguing quietly, maybe that's okay. But I think kids still pick up on the tone. And, you know, especially if we're in the car and we get lost, you know, and they're like right behind us in the seats. That's when we tend to bicker the most about. And I'm like,
The directions.
Oh, Daddy, I think
Map
we went
quest.
the wrong way. You know, you try not to, but it happens. But I think watching it made me realize I need to maybe try a little harder.
So, Kathy, what do you think of all this? You had a 0 before and a 5 after.
It just made me sad. I mean, it's just, I don't know, you watch kids like that, you know that they're probably dreaming about it at night, if their parents are fighting like that.
And you've gone through a divorce, and you
Right.
talked about not, being so bad about your husband behind, to the kids, not bashing on him. That could leave its marks. What about arguing in front of kids?
We were divorced a long time ago, so I honestly don't remember if we argued in front of the kids or not. I know there was at least one time that I know we did. Just watching little kids like that, I'm sure it affected my kids somehow.
Yeah.
But my parents argued in front of us all the time growing up, so I wasn't going to let my kids grow up that way.
Yeah, that's another good point, too. Lance, did your parents argue in front of you when you were a kid?
Yeah, I think the arguments weren't super two-way. They were mostly probably more so my dad. I kind of related to that last little piece of video because that's kind of what it was. I mean, there would be some yelling, and I always kind of felt bad for my mom in that regard because she usually was, kind of the recipient of any kind of arguing more so than I don't think it was very even, and I don't think she was too much the aggressor in that. So that third piece of video was kind of a little more familiar.
Yeah. Lance, you, by the way, I wish we had more time. We could do this. This is awesome. But Lance had about a 3 before his default mode. And then he said after watching it, about a 2.
No, I said it was the same. I said it was about a 3 or 4.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, it didn't go up.
No, it didn't.
It relaxed you, be honest.
He thought it was funny.
It was soothing.
Maybe that's the kind of day I'm having, though. I don't know.
Better than The Office.
Awesome.